This is the 12-6 work together video walkthrough. This is about the third time I have tried to record this video, and I may have to make some minor changes to some stuff that exists in my other work together problems. I was working out of two different files while recording all six of these, and so there's possible there's some stuff that I finished in the file that's on my computer at school that I didn't finish on my file at home. So hopefully we won't have any errors, but that's just a forewarning. If it seems like there's some mistakes, that's why. Also, I'm using Excel 2007 at home. At school, you guys use Excel 2010, so there may be some very minor differences in where some buttons are at, or exactly the layout of a ribbon. Well, this is your ribbon, right? And so, but it's nothing you guys haven't seen before, so it's nothing that you shouldn't be able to overcome between my video at home and what you're working on at school. So we are on page 302. Our goal here is to post totals to a general ledger. What Work Together says on page 302 is use the partial special journals and the accounts payable general ledger account form that were used for Work Together earlier in this chapter. General ledger account forms are given in the working papers: cash, accounts receivable, sales tax payable, sales, and purchases. Your instructor, still me, will guide you through the following examples. Some of you guys are getting really tired of that joke you've told me. Okay, so number 3, which is the first one, says post the October 31 column totals of the sales journal. So let's go find the sales journal. And remember, we are going to do these in the order suggested by the book. So it's going to be sales, purchases, general journal, which is not a special journal, and it should already be posted actually, cash receipts journal, and cash payments journal. So sales journals first. I think that is 12-2. No, it's actually not 12-2. Aha, it's 12-3. Okay, so let's look at 12-3, and remember that we're going to post for the special amount columns, we're going to post the total to the general ledger. So special amount columns, if it affects a vendor or a customer, it goes to that account, right? The individual amount. And then the total is what goes to the general ledger. So accounts receivable. And that has to do with when we prove our accounts receivable. Remember that we have the subsidiary ledgers. And so we add up all the subsidiary ledgers. So Maria Farrell and all the other transactions, it's going to be lines 1 through 11 basically, gets posted. Each of these gets posted to the individual account in the subsidiary accounts receivable ledger. Then we post this one amount in our accounts receivable ledger, our accounts receivable account in our general ledger. And so we posted 1 through 11, and then we added those up, and we posted one amount to our general ledger accounts receivable account. So hopefully that makes sense. I know I was explaining that a couple times today, so I'm just going to reiterate it one more time for you guys. Okay, so we want to post this amount. Well, what's our first step in posting? After both our warm up and our quiz, we ought to know that it's to write our date, it's to write our post-tref, it's to write our debit or credit, calculate a new balance, and then come back and write our vendor number, right? That's all the steps, not just one. So we're doing this at the end of October, so the date's going to be the 31st. And I'm just going to take note of a couple things real quick. Sales journal, page 10, it's $7,377.60. Okay, so let's go to our general ledger. It's accounts receivable, so it's the 31st. Is our sales journal, page 10. At least I hope it was sales journal, page 10. Yes. Our debit amount is $7,377.60. And now we have to calculate a new balance. So equal sign, I'm going to click the first cell we want. These are two debits, so we add them. Plus sign, click the second cell I want. Hit enter. Here's my new balance for the accounts receivable in my general ledger. It's going to be $8,733.34. Very last step. We need to take this account number and go put it back in the journal as a reference in the journal that we posted from. Now, don't forget that because we posted an amount from a special column and it's a total, we're going to put the account number in parentheses below that total. So it's 1130. And if you look, this now has turned into an actual currency number with a comma and decimals. We don't all want all that. So let's get rid of those decimals. And actually, I want to get rid of that comma as well. Well, now I have a negative sign. And then what I did is I just changed it to number. But now I have a negative sign instead of parentheses. And I have to have parentheses. Well, we can fix that. Right here in the bottom right-hand corner of this number group, there's a little jump to a button. So click that. This screen will pop up. And I have a choice now. I want 0 decimal places. I'm going to leave the use 1000 separator unchecked, and I'm going to click the 1, 2, 3, 4 that's in parentheses. If I click what red, it'll make it red and indicating it's a negative number. This is not a negative number. It's just an account number in parentheses. So 1, 2, 3, 4 in parentheses, click OK, and it looks about right. Right? Right. And one more thing, because I like things to be pretty and, you know, everything to be dress right dress, and according to the lovely examples we get, we're going to center all 3 of these cells actually, so we can highlight them, come right here to alignment, click, okay, it's now centered. Next step, we have to post the sales credits. So we're going to go through the same exact process. Remember that posting has the same 5 steps regardless of where you're posting from, where you're posting to, etc., etc. So this time our total is $69.60. We're still in sales journal, etc., etc. Okay, so we want to go to our sales account, and it's going to be a credit. So let's find our sales account. It's right here. So first thing we do the date. Next thing we do the journal page it came from, which is the sales journal page 10. It is a credit for $69.60. We're going to calculate our new balance. Equal sign. We add 2 credits. Click the first one. Click the plus sign. Click the second one. Enter. Here's our new balance. These cells are kind of ugly. Let's format those and fix them real quick. Okay, so now they look better. It actually looks like currency. Very last step, we need to take our account number and go put it in the journal it came from to show that we posted this. Our account number for sales is 4110. Let's go back to our sales journal. Let's put in 4110. And of course, it's making it currency again. So let's fix that. We can just get rid of the decimals. Much better. This one I bet too is going to have decimals, so I'll just go ahead and knock them out. All right, so it looks like the last special column in the sales journal is the sales tax payable credit column. So let's go post this amount of $417.60. So back to our general ledger. Let's find our sales tax payable, which is right here. It's the 31st of the month. It's sales journal page 10. It's a credit for $417.60. Right here, now we have to go calculate a new balance, right? We did our date, we did our page from the journal, we did whether it was a debit or credit, calculate the new balance. Remember, these lines right here tell us that a balance has not been omitted. We're acknowledging there's no balance, and we put these to show that we did not omit a balance. So we had a $0 balance. Now we have a balance, or we have a credit of $417.60. 0 plus a credit of $417.60 gives us a credit of $417.60. Last step, account number is 2140. Back to sales journal. That account number in parentheses 2140. Okay, so that is all of number 3, and we're going to move on to number 4. Number 4 tells us post the October 31 column total of the purchases journal. So I think purchases journal was 12-1. Sure enough, it is. Great. So don't forget that we have one column, but we have 2 accounts in this column. We have purchases debit and accounts payable credit. And so special amount column, whatever's going to the general ledger. Well, are these general ledger accounts? If you have no idea, you can go look at your chart of accounts and verify whether or not these are general ledger accounts. Purchases is, right, it's not a subsidiary ledger, so it's in the general ledger, and it has a normal balance of a debit. It's a cost account, and then of course accounts payable is part of our main accounting equation, right, for liabilities. Okay, purchases first. So that is a debit for 11/18/40. Don't forget that this has already been posted to the subsidiary ledger for accounts payable subsidiary ledger for Regal Designs, and now we have to post, the total of lines 1 through 13. So 11/18/40, let's go find the purchases account in the general ledger. It's down here at the bottom. So first things first, our date. Our page number, purchase journal page 10. It's a debit for 11/18/40, I believe it was. We'll double check that. 11/18/40, correct. We have a debit balance. We have another debit. That means we add them. Equal sign, click, plus sign, click, enter. Okay, this is our new balance of purchases. That's step 4. Step 5 is we need to go put this account number in the journal to show we've posted it. So parenthesis 5110. And it's going to format all wonky. Let's fix that. We know how to do that by now. Number. Let's use this over here. Select this one, no decimal places, and look, it's all better. Okay, so we posted our purchases. Now we need to go post the accounts payable account in the general ledger. And again, it's 11,818 and 40 cents. So let's go to our accounts payable account, which is going to be not up, it's down. We have a problem. Do you see this? There's no accounts payable in here. The question is, what happened to it? Okay, I found an answer of what happened to it. And I had to go back and reread the instructions. And the instructions say, use the partial special journals and the accounts payable general ledger account form that were used for work together earlier in this chapter. So it's actually in 12-5, I think this is weird. When I redo this for next year, I'm going to put all of the general ledger accounts together because I feel like accounts payable should be in this mix, not over here in 12-5. It's weird. Anyway, here's our accounts payable and 12-5 work together. Here's our accounts payable general ledger account form. First things first, we write the date. Post ref is purchase journal page 10. It was a credit for 11,818 and 40 cents. Now we have to calculate a new balance. We add two credits. Credit plus a credit equals $16,880 and 20 cents. Okay, so count 2110. Let's go back and put that in the journal it came from to show we posted it. And let's see if it'll let me do it this way. I haven't tried to put two numbers in here. Oh, it says I don't like that. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me get rid of this mess here. Whoops. Okay, I wasn't a huge fan of that, but all I had to do was just type them both in there at the same time, and it shows that they're both in there. But it doesn't want to center them for some reason. Oh, because I was on the wrong cell. Okay, there we go. So we posted our purchase journal. That was step 4. Step 5, post the October 31 column totals of the cash receipts journal. Let's go find the cash receipts journal, shall we? That's cash payments. That is an accounts payable vendor account ledger form, and that is a schedule of accounts payable, so that's not it. 12-4, I bet, is where it's hiding. Bingo, it's in 12-4. Okay, so now we have 4 special columns. Here's our general columns, and here are 1, 2, 3, 4 special columns, right? So first things first, what do we have to do right here? We have to show these have already been posted, right? So we're going to put a check mark. We're going to do a check mark in parentheses. Okay, so we're going to get this check mark in parentheses, we're going to go to Insert, Symbol. Down here, recently used symbols. I think Abby pointed out to me that I didn't need to scroll through all this mess. They're down here. Click my recently used symbols, insert, close. We're going to put this in parentheses. Notice how it's a U with an umlaut. Well, now I have a telephone, a check mark, and a baseball. Kind of close to what I want, except for I don't want a telephone or baseball. I just want a check mark. So what I'm going to do is I am going to come back to, I'm going to click my cell. Go back to home. I'm going to change this from accounting to general. And it didn't like that solution. We got to do something else real quick. So we're going to take the open parenthesis and we're going to change the font to whatever, Calibri, whatever gets it to be a parenthesis again. Highlight your closed parenthesis. Change your font. Probably Calibri. And problem solve. I'm going to center it though. Because I don't want to go through that process again because that's a little bit tedious, I'm going to click the cell. I like to use Control-C to copy. You can do it this way, right click and copy, and then either Control-V or click paste. So you have your check marks to indicate these have already been posted, right? So now we need to post the 4 totals from these 4 special amounts columns. So accounts receivable credit, 6360. We're going to go to the accounts receivable account in the general ledger. So accounts receivable, date, page number. Since it's cash receipt, I'm going to assume that it's a credit because we increased our cash, but we decreased our accounts receivable. So not that kind of $66,360. We add 2 debits. But we subtract a debit and credit. Here's my debit. Here's my credit. that's my new balance. 1130. That's what I need to go put under here. 1130. I'm going to go ahead and format all of these at the same time. I'm going to go to number, change it to number. I'm going to click this little one here. I'm going to have it have not 4 decimals. I want, wow, I'm going in the wrong direction. 0. I want 0. Okay. And I'm going to center all these. And I don't want commas. Why did it give me a comma? Let's fix that too. This thing is not doing the right thing right now. There we go. Okay. All better. So let's do sales credit. Sales credit is for 18,320. Let's go back to our general ledger. Here's sales 31. Cash receipts 18,320. Calculate our new balance. We add 2 credits together, and this is our new balance, $258,615, and that's 4110. So we're going to put 4110 for the account number. Sales tax payable credit, it's 1099.20. Back to our general ledger, sales tax payable. And it seemed to be short a line, but that's okay. I can fix this. So date, page number, credit. I forgot how much it was for, so let's go look at it again. 1099.20. 1099.20. We add 2 credits together. Okay, sometimes this happens when your cells are too small, so we're just going to type in I-32 plus this credit down here, enter, and then I'm going to make this bigger because this is ridiculous. Okay, new balance, 1516.80. This is 2140. That's my account. I've got to go put that in there. 2140. That's done. And lastly is this cash debit. This cash debit is for 25,779.20. Back to my general ledger, so we're going to put the date. Cash receipts journal, page 10. It was for a lot of money that I don't remember because, okay, 25,779.20. So 25,779.20. We're going to add these 2 debits together because we add debits. And here's our new cash account balance. Oh, and this is ugly, so we're going to go ahead and format that properly. This is account 1110. So let's go back to 12-4. We're going to put 1110 in here. Okay, so it looks like our cash receipts is fully posted at this point. Yay. Last step is to post the October 31 column totals of the cash payments journal. I have 2.5 minutes to do this. So 12-2 cash payments journal. Guess what? These have already been posted. I don't have to worry about these, but I do have to put that fancy check mark, right? So I'm going to go copy that from 12-4. I'm just going to highlight, copy, go back to 12-2. I'm going to paste them with a Control V, and now I'm going to do these. I'm going to go ahead and format these because, well, I'll wait until we can see it. So accounts payable debit for 8656. Let's go to our general ledger. Oh, but it's not here, right? It is in our general ledger. It's just in 12-5 instead, which I know it's really silly. Cash payments journal, page 10. Since we paid out cash, we were reducing the amount of our debt, so we're going to make it a debit for 8656. We're going to calculate our new balance. So a debit, subtract a credit. I'm sorry, we had a credit. We're going to subtract the debit, hit enter. This is our new balance. And don't forget that we need to go put this account number back in the journal that we posted from. So we're going to go back to our cash payments journal, and it's account number 2110. Cash payments journal 2110. Okay, last thing we need to do is we need to go post this credit in the cash account of the general ledger. So it is a credit for 18,704.16. So back to our general ledger. It is the 31st. It's in our cash payments journal, page 10. It was a credit for 18,704.16, I believe. You know what? Why didn't I just do this from the beginning? Go to View, go to Arrange All, go to View, New Window, Arrange All, Vertical. Hey, look, I have everything I need right here. This was really silly. I haven't done this for the last 19 minutes of this video. Anyway, we're here now. Okay, so we had a credit for 18,704.16. We're going to calculate our new balance. We have a debit balance. We're going to subtract that credit. So we had $39,000 in cash. We paid out $18,704.16 towards various things, including bills, mostly bills, in fact. Or expenses, things of that nature, right? Things we spend money on as business. Hit enter. This is our new balance in the cash account. We're going to come back over here, and we're going to put that account number. It's 1110, right? Okay. Look at how much easier that was. If I had just split my windows 19 minutes ago, I would have gotten through this a lot quicker. I wouldn't have had to do so much switching between the tabs. So that was a silly thing to have not done in the beginning. Anyway, this is the 12-6 walkthrough, work together walkthrough. It took me 3 tries. We finally got it. Good luck. I hope you guys get this.